Give me your ass, nigga. Nigga, you see me looking at you, nigga. Give me your ass, nigga.
And as we all expected, Lucci ended up getting his cheeks thoroughly clapped. I mean, like, honestly, let's be real. He wasn't gonna win. I mean, we knew this. Most people, just about everybody knew that. But at the same time, in that first, last chapter, he put up a good fight. This chapter, he put up a horrible fight. This man Luffy just said, all right, Lucci, you hurt Sentomaru. Now that you've done that, I mean, I can't go easy on you no more, man. I mean, I gotta stretch out your insides a little bit. So get ready, man, because we about to get a little sexual here, man. I mean, it's time for you to get the monkey D, man. I mean, you done messed up, bruh. Yeah, it's that time. Hi, I'm Vagabond Kana. This is One Piece, chapter 1070, The Strongest Humans. So in this chapter, it starts off with Sentomaru hitting the ground, and Luffy is like, oh no, X guy. I'm sorry, it's because I distracted you. And he comes out and says, I saw his attack coming and all, I totally saw it. And though I should have dodged it, I could have dodged it, I would have dodged it, or defended against it or something. I would have defended against it, but it's just, I just kind of didn't, you know what I'm saying? I have the best defense in the world, by the way. I mean, that's all I gotta say about it. But yeah, nah, man, I mean, I saw it coming. What are you talking about? Get out of here, man. You're a fraud, Sentomaru. You are a fraud. You're just like, you got the best defense in the world, right? And you saw it coming. You didn't defend against it. I guess you don't have the best defense in the world now, huh? Yeah. Either that or everybody else's defense sucks, or Luffy's defense is better than yours. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I really don't, because he ain't over here getting clapped by this dude, is he? Nah, he clapping him. He's strapping on the rubber. He's showing him what's what. Oh my God. Shame. But anyways, so Luffy proceeds to low diff, and some would say no diff. I'm gonna be nice and say low. But he proceeds to low diff. Oh God, he proceeds to low diff Rob Lucci in his awakened form. He caves in his head and everything, kicks him into the wall. Oh, but a very interesting thing about that is Luffy, we get his name to tag, and he says Gumu Gumu no, Dawn Whip. So it seems like all his Gear 5 attacks are going to be named after Dawn. I'm starting to think D stands for Dawn, but who knows, man? I mean, I could be wrong, I could be right, but Dawn, yeah, I'm kind of feeling the Dawn. So after this, you see the Seraphim do their work, and you see Seraphim Mihawk cutting down the fodder of the CP0. You see Jinbei doing his thing, and sadly, God, this has to be the most controversial panel I had ever seen in my daggone life. In One Piece, at least. One of the most controversial panels. So, little child Boa Hancock, little 9-year-old looking, probably 6-year-old looking Boa Hancock is making these grown men fall in lust with Boa Hancock, and she turns them to stone. I mean, I get, okay, look, just kill these guys, okay? Just kill them. Just kill them. Just kill them. Just take their lives. I'll tell you, man, that has to be the saddest thing I have seen in oh my Lord. Oda actually did some garbage like that. Oh my God. So, oh my God, look, I have no comments on this. I have no insight. I do not have the social skills in order to deal and talk about this situation further. I can't do it. I don't have the YouTube commentary skills in order to do this. I can't do it. I gotta move on, okay? So anyways, we get a scene here, and I love this scene so much because Frankie, he says specifically, and he said, that's Snotty Kid Jinbei's ability. That's the swim fruit ability, right? It's the ability of my brother-in-arm, Senor Pink from the Don Quixote family. And I love, like, this man's crying for him. He's like, no, don't tell me my brother's dead. And I was like, oh, please don't tell me he's dead. I didn't think he was gonna die. I didn't think Senor Pink was dead. And this pretty much confirms that he's not dead. So Vegapunk says, oh, you mean that guy who's in Impel Down, right? And he's like, huh? And I was like, yeah, he is in Impel Down, because they've only really showed Doflamingo, but it makes sense for the Don Quixote family to be in Impel Down. So Vegapunk goes on to talk about how he creates artificial devil fruit. So he says, when it comes to artificial devil fruits, only the Zoan type can be manufactured. And he says, just like... It's crazy because he says, just like Caesar's outrageous smile, and Nami's just sitting here like, yeah, that person should just die already. Caesar Clown should just die already. Which had me freaking cracking up, because it's just like, they hate this man Caesar so much, and I don't blame him. For everyone thinking that Caesar Clown would join the crew, you are mentally insane. I'm sorry. There's no saving you. There is no saving you. You are just crazy. I cannot. You just crazy. You don't even know how to read. You just suck. All right, let me stop. Anyways, so he said, if I have a large amount of money and time, the special devil fruits, which is more so like the mythical Zoan devil fruits, because it has a little note here that says it actually shows Kaido's devil fruit and Yamato's devil fruit. So like there's more special devil fruits can also be reproduced, although whether you can awaken them is still unconfirmed. So that's another interesting part, but he goes on even further and he says, regarding the Logia type, I've done all I can do, but reproducing those is very difficult. Yeah, it's real hard. So I take it that either he more than likely has just failed consistently. But you know how Vegapunk counts a failure as? He counts a failure more so as like, oh, it's a different color or something. It's so difficult to get the right color. So I'm gonna hold out a little, well, I want to hold out on that, but we'll just have to see. I don't really have too much of an opinion on that. But he talks about the Paramecia type. So with the Paramecia type, it's so interesting how this works. So with the Paramecia type, if you can get a hold of the user's lineage factor, you can refine a special blood type and administer it, which will help them acquire that user's ability. So he created his own type of blood and he calls it green blood. And that is what's flowing through the Seraphim right now. This is when you see Boa Hancock freeze all the pedos. So he shows that off through Boa Hancock and Baby Kuma, right? And I just call him Baby Kuma, Kid Kuma. And so it really just shows there are different ways to manufacture these things. So it's different for every type of devil fruit. Vegapunk also says that he regards the Seraphim as the highest peak of science in the history of the seas. He calls them the strongest humans, even though they're kind of Lunarians. But whatever. I don't know if, do Lunarians count as humans? Whatever. Anyways, so moving on from that. So I really like this scene here. So Lucci is still trying to take out Sentomaru. And Luffy comes along. And he basically turns into Pac-Man and tries to eat Lucci. He tries to straight up just chomp on Lucci. He comes in there like Pac-Man, eating all types of concrete and rubble and stuff. And then Lucci dodges that, but then Luffy, he just chews up pieces of concrete in his mouth and just shoots it at him like bullets or whatever. And then he pulls off a Gumma no Dawn rocket. He puts on these shades like he's just, oh yeah. It's like he's like, or are they goggles? They look like goggles, but whatever. He just puts on I think they're goggles. He puts on goggles, is like, all right, getting ready for blast stuff. He literally creates goggles out of his hair, like some Sun Wukong stuff. You know how Sun Wukong can pick stuff out of his hair and just create clones or whatever magical thing he wants to take. Like he takes his staff out of his hair sometimes. That's exactly what Luffy just did. He picked goggles out of his hair and put them on, brought them to life and everything, and just went in. Literally went inside of Lucci's freaking stomach. Like he just, oh my god. And then Lucci's like, what the heck is this power? My conscience is fading. And he's just gone at that point. It's just like, yeah, the fight's over at that point. That was a low diff at the most. Yeah, that was a low diff. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, we kind of knew this was gonna happen, but Lucci, you put up a good fight. I'd argue that you may be first commander level. You put up a decent fight, you know? It's not that bad. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. So the Seraphim actually do talk, that we find out here, because they're like, when they're given instructions. So Boa Seraphim says, okay, the vacuum rocket is that way. Hurry up and get on. And Jinbei's like, oh, thank you. You're so much nicer than the Hancock I know. And she's like, oh, you insolent being. I'm just following orders, Baka. And I was like, oh, God. This girl is like 6. But anyway, but it goes to show that they do have personality. So that's a very interesting thing that we learned from just this one small little interaction. But anyways, moving on from that, Sentomaru says, hey, Straw Hat, can I entrust you to take care of Vegapunk? Luffy's like, okay, sure. And he leaves Sentomaru there for dead, which is hilarious. It's just like, why? Why couldn't you just take it with you? I mean, you had to just leave him there. I mean, you can just help a brother out, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I get he beat the crap out of you doing Sabaody and you just like, you didn't really care, but Jesus Christ. But anyways, so Luffy has that old look that he has after he uses Gear 5, you know, where he like gets all wrinkly and his tongue sticking out. He looks really old when he does that. So he has that old look. I guess that's the side effect to using Gear 5. But he quickly becomes okay, very, very quickly, because it's funny because he recovers in, well, we can say 32 seconds. Literally, he recovers in 32 seconds because here's the thing. As they're going up the vacuum, it says travel time, 32 seconds. And when they get up there, Luffy is shown to be absolutely fine. He's like, okay, wow, this place is amazing. He's like, and that's literally 32 seconds later, if not slightly more. It's less than a minute. So he recovers stupidly fast, which is kind of OP. It's like, oh man, I have a drawback. I get really tired, but I can go right back into it. Pretty much he did that with Kaido anyways, while he was like super tired, and like he went into Gear 5 immediately again after that. So it's just like, it's not like with Gear 4 where he has a super big drawback where he has to wait for 10 minutes. This was 32 seconds. It was 32 freaking seconds. Make of that what you will, but Gear 5 is looking a little too good. Oh, also Bonnie wakes up and she's just like, okay, if Vegapunk is going to ignore my wishes, I'm just gonna kill him. And I think it was Chopper. It was like, oh, don't you think that's jumping the gun a little bit here and all that stuff? And you know, and it just, the scene just cuts away from that. But we get back to Rob Lucci. I guess he recovered his consciousness after getting completely and utterly destroyed. So they're like, okay, what if they escape? We need to be able to stop them and stuff like that. We can't let anybody leave the island. And so Sentomaru, he loses consciousness, and so they basically have control of the Seraphim at this point in time. They have the Seraphim on their side, so that's just crazy. And at the end of the chapter, we see Kizaru, the boy. He's coming. And he says, so the Straw Hat crew became Vegapunk's allies? That means it's going to be easy for them to escape. But I suspect things aren't going to go the way they think. And he said, proceed as planned. And then he says, bring as many warships as possible to Egghead. So I'm like, all right, he's coming. And I'm looking forward to it. I don't know where this is going to go, how this is going to go. I really want this. See, the way my mind is going is, okay, the Straw Hats have a massive opposition against them. They got the Seraphim against them. They got Kizaru and Admiral and a bunch of warships. So this needs to be amazing. It has to be. Unless if Oda pulls the wool over, unless if he just does this weird thing where he's like, oh, you hurt my nephew Sentomaru? I'm gonna beat up CP0 and help the Straw Hats out. I hope Oda doesn't do that. That would be so lame. I'll be so sad if he does that. I want to see Kizaru going wild. But we'll see what happens. I really hope that Kizaru just says, all right, I'm just gonna get the Straw Hats, man. I mean, let's get it, you know, let's do my job. I hope to see that. I really do. This has to be crazy. This is gonna be crazy. But I don't want to spend too much time talking about this, so let's go on to our Reddit comments and we'll talk a little bit more then on to the Carrot Opium session. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe before that. This guy fought a Yonko who went all out and got off with only a band-aid on his face. Another W for Lucci. You know what? He did do good. He did do pretty dang good, and I gotta give it to him. Kid fights Yonko, loses a limb, gets imprisoned, and humiliated. Lucci fights Yonko, gets a band-aid. Yep. I'm telling you, man, I look at Kid as like a second commander level guy. I really do, because I don't think he's that good. Yeah, he helped Law beat Big Mom. But if you look at the context of it, he pushed her down a freaking hole. And I still question if he really even did any damage to her. Maybe he did, but it's just, the fact that I have to question it is weird. I know Law did damage. Especially after Big Mama was like, man, Law's attack is dangerous. Didn't say anything about Kid's attack. Heck, in one of the translations, she said that the railgun was just tickling her. So what am I really supposed to think? Kid got passed down like sloppy seconds. Oh my freaking God. This man really just said, imagine you are CP0 and Seraphim Boa hits you with that light-skinned stare. Y'all need to go to jail. I swear, y'all need to go to jail. I'm done with y'all. I'll get off of our pirate folk. We going back to the main sub. Oh my God, bro. That degenerate Vegapunk created a lolly. Yeah. That deranged old man is a menace to society. No wonder world government wanted to be his. Yes, my God, bro. I'm actually understanding at this point. Well, honestly, look. If you fall for it, you one of the jokers that need to be gone. You one of them. If you fall for it, it's a wrap for you, buddy. Vasco Shot is typing. Sanji is typing. Those allegations are unfounded. My client isn't guilty, Your Honor. Guilty until proven innocent. Y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. The state of Florida has asked us to. Yeah, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can see Oda doing Sanji that way with like a little Boa Hancock. That's one of the things that I fear. I was like, please do not stain Sanji anymore. I'm not even a Sanji fan or stan like that. I mean, I like Sanji to a degree. I'm more of a Zoro guy. But this, if he had freaking Sanji lust over child Boa Hancock, I cannot defend this character. I physically can't do it. He's done too much wrong. First he told Jinbei to kill himself on some low tier god stuff. And then he go freaking fall for Boa? Nah. Baby Boa? Nah, we done. We hyper done. We done being Sanji fans. We're done. I'm not even a Sanji fan. Y'all should be done being a Sanji fan. Lucci, you got low diffed. No, let me say it right. Lucci, you got low diffed. Stussy, if anyone asks, tell them I was jumped by the whole crew and that Luffy and Zoro used Advanced Conqueror. Oh, I'm about to die. Y'all about to have me dead here. Okay, we gotta stop with these Reddit comments, man, because it's just so stupid. If not, I'm never gonna get to that carrot opium session. I'm not, bro. Okay, let us begin our carrot opium session. So, with this carrot opium session, we're gonna go over this little thing. There's a post that this one guy made. This is a post of a post, but the overall post is Egghead Arc Assumptions by Ezak04. And this is after 2 months of being in Egghead Island. So he guessed a lot of very interesting things. It probably wasn't just him. It's probably what a lot of other people were guessing. It was probably a culmination of guesses. But anyways, so he says, Devil Fruit info, check. Info on Aokiji, check. Vegapunk shows off his inventions, check. Update on Law and Kid, check, except for Kid. Seraphims of other warlords appear, check. Luffy and Bonnie raid a kitchen, check. Vegapunk's true appearance, check. So we got all these crazy things, right? Okay, if you have not noticed yet, yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys know where I'm about to go with this carrot opium session. So you look all the way to the left. On the second row, what does it say? It says, Yamato catches up with the crew. Instead of Carrot catches up with the crew. So yes, this does thoroughly trigger me, yes. And you wanna know why? For one, they're leaving out Carrot, that's one thing. But what really pisses me off is the fact that Yamato made the conscious decision to stay at Wano because Momonosuke and the Scabbards were not strong enough. Why in the actual heck would you think she would catch up in Egghead Arc? It's been like, what, 2 weeks since Wano? It's been like 2 weeks. Like 2 weeks or a week. What, did Momonosuke just become Admiral level in the next few weeks and he's just, oh yeah, I just learned the basics of hockey, advanced hockey, how to actually control my Devil Fruit and how to actually aim properly with the Boro Breath. I learned all these things in less than 2 weeks. So you can go ahead and go catch up with the Straw Hats Yamato, even though it took them I can't. That would be the stupidest thing ever There would be no point in her staying back to help protect Wano if that was the case. Why would Yamato Are people really still on this garbage? I mean, you gotta be kidding me, dude. Oh my God. So we're going to ignore Carrot in favor of a less making sense Yamato joining. Why do people do this, man? You guys, and it's crazy because I see other YouTubers. They go, "Oh, is Yamato on the cruise ship? Is she hidden? Where is Yamato?" And it's just like, Yamato's not joining. Yamato's story concluded and she stayed in Wano. What part of that don't y'all understand? You're gonna ignore all the factual things Yamato did. Her story actually concluded, but oh, you're also going to ignore Carrot and how her story didn't conclude? What's going on, y'all? Y'all still on this Yamato trash? She is staying to protect like the guardian deity Wano, dog. She is. What conversation is there to have about Yamato joining? Especially an Egghead? Are you serious? But you're gonna leave out Carrot? Are you really? Really? We're on that level of IQ level. We're really there right now. Oh my Lord. Carrot's story didn't end conclusively. Yamato. Oh, Yamato has the free will to choose. It's like you had people, so many people that are like, oh yeah, Yamato is about free, like One Piece is about free will. Yamato would choose to be free. I was like, well, what if Yamato chooses to stay out of her own free will? And they're like, what? That'll never happen. And then that's exactly what happens. I'm just like, oh, of course they do that. But no, when it comes to Carrot, they're just like, oh man, she was forced to become ruler of Zou against her free will? Oh man, I should make less sense often. That would be a smart idea. It's like, Jesus Christ. I was like, y'all really on this right now? Fortunately, there are a lot more vocal people when it comes to Carrot joining. I've been seeing some Reddit comments recently and it's like, okay. But Yamato joining the crew, especially an Egghead arc, like, what would that would be the worst writing decision ever. It's like, what's the purpose of, you should have just had her join the crew at the end of Wano if you're gonna do all that. That's just weird. What are you doing? What's the whole point of this protecting Wano thing? Heck, he didn't even leave it on a cliffhanger like Carrot. Carrot has an open-ended kind of scenario going on, so it kind of makes sense for Carrot to show up, but Yamato? No. People aren't even really trying to think. They're really just going with what their feelings feel. That's pretty much what they're doing. No one's trying to make any type of sense. And that has become apparent for a very long time now. Humankind, man, what can you do? You can only talk trash about them, right? So that's what we're here for, to talk trash about these guys. Oh my God, I tell you what. But yeah, we're gonna have a video on that very, very soon. I don't know how soon because, like I said, I'm taking my time with these videos now. But yes, I tell you what, bro, it's crazy. These people are insane, I swear. At least they're not like Caesar Clown fans, but whatever. Talk about some Caesar Clown will join the crew. At least they're not like them. Okay, so I'm going to go into the community tab and talk a little bit about what people have said because, you know, I appreciate you guys for really commenting in the community tab. So I figured that it'd be cool to view some of the things that some of you guys asked me and probably talk about that just a little bit. Not for too long though. So we got a comment here that says, Kana, will you make a video about Carrot possibly returning with the Devil Fruit ability? Okay, so y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all are not gonna like that video. You're not gonna like that video. Because truth be told, I have my opinions on that. I really don't think it will happen. I don't. But I'll say this, there are some really good, okay. There's one really good video out there, really freaking good video that I'd say that I really do enjoy. And it's from Gabaru D Rat. Gabaru D Rat? No, he's real cool. He used to make awesome Reddit posting stuff even before he started his YouTube channel. He made a great Devil Fruit theory about Carrot getting the Toki Toki no, well not the Toki Toki no Mi. It's like a time stop fruit, right? He made a great theory on that, and it's a fantastic video. I'm pretty sure most of y'all have seen it. This man went in with that video. But the problem with that video, with all his great research with it, the problem with that video is that I'm positive is not going to happen. I'm sorry, I don't think it's gonna happen, man. He did a lot of great research, but it's just like, I don't think that the Carrot Time Fruit ability theory is going to happen. That's actually my favorite carrot theory. I love it more than the snow fruit and pretty much I haven't seen many carrot devil fruit theories, but I've seen a few, and it's the time fruit one has me the most hype, but I know it's not going to happen just because of certain things. I do think carrot will get a power up of a sort, but not a devil fruit. I don't think that's going to happen. And I think when carrot does get her power up, it will be very interesting. It will be probably a little mystic. And I did think of I am thinking of how to do that video, but I'm kind of waiting on to release that video. I'm waiting for specific things to happen in the story so it can kind of be relevant rather than just me just throwing it out randomly. I've thought about this for so long, over a year, really, probably 2 years now. But yeah, but all in all though, I really don't think that carrot will get a devil fruit, but I can probably go over the different theories of devil fruits, because maybe there are a lot of theories out there that can probably convince me. I mean, who knows? I'm always open to be convinced. That's all I gotta say. Okay, well, that's it for our carrot opium session. So hey guys, let me know what you think about this chapter. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Do not forget to do that. I will be back probably not next week because we have a break next week. If I'm not mistaken, we're gonna get a lot of breaks, right? So yeah, like I said, we're kind of screwed. We're kind of screwed, but we'll be back next One Piece chapter. And in the meantime, make sure you guys subscribe for that so you can be notified directly into your sub box. And we'll be back next time. With all that being said, Vagabond gone.